Hi guys. I'm in a car. I'm in my car because I've tried to record this video so many times and something has happened. There's been background noise, the lighting was bad. So I finally just got in the car and drove to the Kroger parking lot, and so here we are. Feel free to judge. I'm not even mad at you. But I wanted to have this conversation because I've gotten a lot of questions from my Instagram on how I've been able to lose weight and keep it off and what's my process been like. And let me just be completely honest. This weight loss, y'all, has been a roller coaster. If it is a fad diet, a yo-yo diet, a magic herb pill, if it was sold on Instagram, I probably bought it at least once and in some cases twice. Like, I have tried everything outside of just sitting down and having a really big heart-to-heart with myself. Like, Brittany, when did you get lazy? When did that happen? You put all of your time and your effort and your resources to work into being great there into your career. But when it comes to taking care of you, girl, you ain't a good friend. When did you become that person? When I tell you guys I hit rock bottom with my weight, I stopped wanting to go anywhere. Like, I didn't want to go out on dates with my boyfriend. I was trying to find clever ways to make yoga pants into professional outfits because that's the only thing that I fit in my closet, and I didn't want to have to own up to the fact that I had gained so much weight that I needed to go buy more clothes. And then even thinking about that was depressing, and I felt some kind of way. And then people would say, oh, you look great, you're getting a butt. And I'm like, what? And then that would just be like a mask. Like, oh, I got a butt. So, I mean, if the rest of me is big, it happens, but I got a booty. And then I just kept gaining more weight. And in 2 years, I gained 50 pounds. And I did not love the person that I saw in the mirror, and I felt ashamed for feeling that way. And then of course I actually felt that way, so there's the embarrassment and the feelings that go along with that and the insecurities. And then swimsuit season comes along, and I just didn't love what I saw. And I knew that I was capable of better. I wanted better. And if I'm just being really honest, I want to be a mom in the next few years. And if I don't get this under control, like, ew, babies don't help. That's for sure. And the way my genetics are set up, they weren't going to try to help me either. So I had to figure it out. So I gave myself a week to figure out my entire plan and to decide, like, what am I going to do with my hair? How long is it gonna take me to get ready after I get done working out? How much time do I need? Where am I gonna work out? What am I gonna do? How long do I need to be there? When am I gonna go? What am I gonna wear to the gym? Because I don't fit anything. So I started going to Orange Theory, and I loved it because it's an hour, you get in, you get out, you have that feeling of accomplishment, like you struggle through it and you push yourself, but you do it at your own pace. And I was so out of shape that I would wear like my boyfriend's like sweaters and sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts over like leggings because I just felt so uncomfortable, and I couldn't run and my knees hurt and everything hurt, so I was power walking, but that was okay because I was moving forward and because I was trying and I was doing a little better. And honestly guys, there were some mornings I woke up and I did not want to go. I did not feel like going, and I had to find it from somewhere to go anyway, and yeah, just kept going. And as I started kind of losing weight and I started seeing from my progress pictures that I was, you know, kind of, I could see like an ab, like, oh, there's like a muscle in my arm that wasn't there before, or, oh, hey, look, a calf muscle. Like, then it started making it a little easier. And if you guys follow me on Snapchat or on Instagram, you know, I keep it 100% real. Like, I'm gross when I was leaving Orange Theory, but I felt good. And I encourage you guys to find whatever gets you going. If that's a walk or a run or whatever, do your thing, just get started. So I did that. Then I started adding in additional cardio, and that was hard at first because I was already tired. That was my 2-a-day, but I just hated the way that I felt and looked, so I wasn't doing anything else. Or if I wanted to watch TV, we're just gonna do that on the elliptical. Fast forward through about 2 months of that, now I do cardio. I try to do it every day because I like the idea of pushing my body harder than I ever have. I'm getting ready for a bikini competition, so I set that goal really, really high because I wanted to push myself harder than I ever had to accomplish something that I didn't even really think was possible. But if there's a will, there surely is a way, and that's kind of what I'm figuring out and pushing myself through. This channel was created so that you guys could see that process, and that there are people out there, i.e. me, that are struggling to do some of the things that you guys want to do. And I want you to feel okay with the process being really gritty and ugly and dirty and not always being so glamorous like I think sometimes, you know, others would have you believe. It's not. But if you're doing something for you and you're trying hard and you're trying to be better than you were yesterday, then I think that that's a win, and I want you to feel good about that. I mix my cardio up now between being on the stair climber, being on the treadmill, being on the elliptical, running sprints, doing HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, or doing like steady state, which just means that you're burning for a long period of time. I mix it up, I go for runs. And so now I'm at the point where I'm doing about an hour of cardio. I try to go every day because for me now, that's my alone time and that's my me time. That's also the time that I give myself to watch whatever shows I want to watch. So the longer or more episodes I have to watch, the longer my cardio is. But I don't try to push myself to go crazy. I just try to push myself to do something. And so over time, now that I've been doing this for a few months, it's gotten better and you build up. But you don't start off doing an hour of anything. Like, don't kid yourself. One of the biggest details that I personally had to work through was eating. I don't eat enough, I don't eat often enough, or maybe I eat too much and I eat all the time, or I eat too late. Like, it was a lot of things happening. I also started meal prepping, which I feel like the word meal prep seems so overwhelming. You don't have to like meal prep. Bring your lunch a couple times a week, and if you bring your lunch, like, eat a little healthier. But for me, I was always eating out. I was always drinking, eating too late, eating too much. Like, I was just doing the most. So just getting that under control and trying to like make my food was cool for like the first week. I'm not a make my food type person. I'm not consistent enough. I don't love going to the grocery store. Like, none of that really appeals to me. So I found a cool company here in Atlanta that allows me to be able to purchase my meals. And what's awesome about Fresh and Fit, which is the name of the company, is that if I want more veggies or if I want more complex carbohydrates, like, I can just add them. But the base of the meal is perfect. I've got my 3 to 4 ounces of meat. I've got my vegetables. It's perfect for me. And what's even better, bonus here, is that they do snacks. For me, that was big. In the past, I failed when it came to snack time because I just like got whatever was available, which typically is like chips or pizza or whatever. It was just an excuse for me to be able to binge eat. So the snacks from Fresh and Fit are delicious and savory, and they're things that I wouldn't normally eat. So that's kind of nice, right? So it's not just like almonds or not just like cranberries, but they like make like concoctions that are different than my normal palate. So now I don't feel the need to have to like binge eat because I just ate something that tasted like a really yummy treat and it wasn't typical. So I like that. Motivation. I am not motivated every day, and that's real life. And I wish somebody would have told me that, because every time that I quit because I just didn't feel it and I felt like I was a failure already, so then I just quit altogether. And nobody ever told me to expect that. You know, I always thought that when it came to getting in shape, like the people who are really, really in the best shape and they're awesome, they wake up every morning excited to go to the gym. That's not real life. And don't let anybody tell you that. Like, I am so thankful and so blessed to wake up every morning, but that doesn't mean that I want to use that time going to the gym. Sometimes I want to be alive and blessed in my bed and comfortable and not on the stair climber. But then I also don't want to be uncomfortable, and I want to be active and I want to be healthy, and this is the only time that I'm gonna have to do this today, so I have to get up. Like, you're gonna have to search for that motivation, and sometimes the only motivation that you're gonna get is that you need to do the shit anyway. And that's gonna have to be enough. And when you get to the point that I'm talking about where nothing else matters but for you to feel better than you currently do, it'll make sense. Things are gonna hurt, you're gonna be sore. Like, I don't know what it's actually called, but the armpit of my right knee starts like aching and throbbing, and I found out that that could be due to like weakness in my ankles, and then also pulling on my knee, and then just some other joint stuff. Like, I'm learning all sorts of new things about my body. If anybody knows what the armpit of your leg is actually called, like, if you could leave that below, that would be really helpful. Thanks. Appreciate that. You're gonna learn things about your body, and it's not going to be always super duper pleasant, and you're probably gonna hurt and ache, or I shouldn't say probably, but I hurt and ached, and it was because of the excessive weight and all of the fluid and the tension and muscles that had never worked or hadn't worked in a long time. And you keep going because that's your body working. Like, that's good news. That's something you couldn't have said about yourself a few weeks earlier, a few months earlier, and that's okay. And that's really what I rested on. Like, real life starts happening, and you start being legitimately busy, and you start having other priorities, and everything starts coming before yourself. And by the time you get to you at the end of the night, you're tired. Like, that's a real thing. But what's also a real thing is that you only get one body, and you only get one life. And I'm not saying you have to be the epitome of health, but for me, I had to do better. I had to. For my sanity, for the sake of my friendships and my relationships. I have a sleeping disorder. Like, not being healthy doesn't help that. It was just a lot for me. And I finally got to that point where I was like, I'm gonna do something about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you were at least a little entertained and possibly even inspired. But if you know somebody that might benefit from seeing this video, please feel free to share it and pass it along. Don't forget to hit subscribe below. Got a lot of great content on the way for you. And also check out my Instagram and Snapchats. If you have any questions, if you need anything, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'll be answering all of those, and I can't wait to see you soon. Okay, bye.